Baby, I won't leave your side. Girl, you my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your side.
And I'm your TP, I'm the beach, you're the bikini, the remote control, you're the TV, DVD player, I'm the CD. I can see us closer than 3D. Girl, your love is sweeter than kiwi. I can be your Adam, you can be Eve. I'm gonna bite that apple, believe me. I've been searching hard for your love, like a miner digging for gold. And if haters were the ocean, we would stay afloat with the boats. And if you were 4 tires, I would let you ride on my road. If I were your stripper pole, would you work me until I'm rusty and old?
Oh yeah, right. You my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your side. You my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your side.
Angel eyes, you must be heaven sent. Our hearts had a collision and it, mind you, left a dent. This love is meant to happen, girl, it's not an accident. So if you give me your heart, I promise I will represent. You're my pieces, I'm your puzzle. You're my rain, I'm your puddles. You're my teddy bear like Snuggles. If it's team us, let's huddle. We can be strength in life struggles. You're my red nose with no muzzle. I can be the product, you can be the dollars. Girl, let's orchestrate this hustle.
Oh yeah, right. Girl, you my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your side. You my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your side.
Flying directions, you would be the destination. If I were an employer, would you choose my occupation? I must be a shopper.
I am loose I am loose Who-way, 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 who-way. Number 3 get the ball. You pass it to number 5. Number 5 get the ball. You pass it to number 8. Number 8 get the ball. You pass it to number 9. Number 9 get the ball. It's a goal. Ay, ay, ay. Everybody clap for Lusta. Clap for Lusta. Everybody clap for Lusta. Clap for Lusta. Money player, money player, money player, money player, money player, oh money player, 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 star player, money player. Blue star player, money player. Money player, money player. Money player, money player. Blue star player, money player. Play, star play. Play, Blue star play. Play, Blue star never fear. Never fear. No. Play, Blue star play. Play, Blue star play. Play, Blue star never fear. Never fear. No. Everybody clap for Blue Star.
Communication becomes convenient, enjoyable, and cheaper when you have the best application in your hand. The Pro Global Social Media app gives you access to free global communication and networking. With the D Pro Global Social Media app, you can do live video chat, live audio calling, live text messaging, live group video and audio conferencing. Not only that, you also do fast sharing, creating and posting to your story, post engagement with emojis, and more. The Depot Global Social Media app does in-app purchases, in-app searching, storytelling. The app also allows you to create video, audio, text, and internet link posting. Get the best app today with 100% data security and end-to-end encryption. Add customization and privacy settings to the Depot Global Social Media app and enjoy 24/7 endless communication. Download the Depot Global Social Media app on Google Play Store and Apple Store and enjoy endless communication. Visit our website on www.dpro-idb.com or email us at info@dpro-idb.com. Depot Global Social Media app, making communication easier. Made with ginger, coconut water, natural juice flavor, vitamins and minerals is Muncie Power Drink. Muncie Power Drink helps reduce high blood pressure, get rid of toxins, help improve children and adult memory. It also helps the body fight effects of excess sugar. Muncie Power Drink has no added sugar, no artificial flavors, and all natural ingredients. It is a healthy drink for just everybody. It has 4 natural juice flavors: pineapple, mango, strawberry, and turmeric. For wholesale or retail purchase, visit major supermarkets across Monrovia and its environs. If you are outside Monrovia, you can do your purchase at Kakata Supermarket and Ataro Business Center in Ganta. You can also visit our store on the O Road, right next to the American School. For more information, call us on 0770 307 572 or 0776 580 730. Muncie Power Drink, not just your regular energy drink.
And I want to carry
Do you care to know why thousands of people have switched from using oil-bomb paint to using Une Zize quality paint? Zize quality paint is a high-quality American non-hazard latex paint that doesn't fade or peel off your walls when applied. Zize quality paint comes in variety of colors that you can choose from. We even customize our customers' paint based on their request just to satisfy their desire. Stop by at any of our 3 branches at Police Academy Junction opposite NP Fueling Station, Baptist Seminary opposite Highway Gas Station, and St. Paul Bridge opposite Marco Plaza. Zize quality paint can be used for both interior and exterior painting works. Customers living overseas can pay through Zelle on 217-720-8858. You can contact us via cell numbers 0777 366 142 or 0770 496 273 or +121 772 08858. Think Zize, think quality.
Spicing up, what's next?
Allen Bernard International, or ABR, is a management consulting firm with a team of consultants and associates who focus on growing and transforming home healthcare agencies, nonprofits, and small businesses in other industries as well as individuals. Our services include ABR Business Support Services, ABR Accounting and Tax Services, and ABR Anti-Money Laundering Compliance Services. At ABR, We bring to each assignment dedication and commitment, experience and skills, performance-based process, integrated solution teams, and client relations. For more inquiries on our services, call phone number 469-378-3955. That's Allen Bernard International, or ABR, transforming business through ideas.
Man, people, have you heard the news? Okay, Sika Motors has declared this month of March as Toyota Month, which means Sika is offering free diagnosis on all Toyota and Mitsubishi vehicles with a discount service cost. Isn't it good news? With our trained professional technicians and service advisors handling your vehicle, a peace of mind is ensured. Rush now and make your way to Sika Motors, UN Drive, Town, Bourgeois Island.
Hello, fellow Liberians. This is Joseph Yumabuoka. It is time to be counted for the upcoming general election, and I'm asking you to please make sure to register to vote. Every election is determined by the people who show up and vote. One of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by people you did not elect. We must never forget the importance of making our vote count. We paid high price for this democracy as a people. Let us protect and defend it. Voting is the expression of our commitment to ourselves, our children, our welfare to this country, and our one world. Please listen out for the dates and the places and go and register to vote. The rescue mission is well on course. When you register and vote, you will think Liberia, love Liberia, and then build Liberia. Again, I say this is Ambassador Joseph Yumabuoka.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
Oh yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depends on where you are joining us from. It's another day, it's another blessed day, the 28th day of the third month, 2023. The time exactly 10:30 here in Liberia today. Let me say good morning, Martina.
Good morning, Boaga. Good morning to our many listeners.
Okay, it's good to be here this morning. Today is all about the national team, the Lone Stars. So before we dive into anything, I just want us to at least play this song for a little bit as we gear up for the march on today.
You know, when it comes to sports in Liberia, most especially the national team, the Lone Stars, we put all our political differences aside to support and wish our team success.
We will win today.
Yeah, we will win today, no matter what the situation is. But let's just unite. Let's just forget about politics today and support our boys. You know, it's been a long time since we qualified for African Cup, and this is the opportunity that we have now. It's all about Liberia. So good morning, welcome folks. Martina, today the national team of Liberia, the Lone Star, take on South Africa at the open air. You know, yeah, that's the sports stadium there in Pinsville, SKD Sports Complex, and it's about just win and qualify for the African Cup of Nations. So today, a lot of people will be out there. I'm even seeing posts on social media right now. People are saying gate 10 is already packed. There's no more seat at gate 10. I don't know if the post is true, but people will be all out there this morning or this afternoon to cheer the national team out, the Lone Star. You know, if it was not fast month, I myself am going to be there, but no, I can't go there. So, Martina, what do you make of
you will run away?
What do you make of? What's your prediction like for the match on today?
Boy, girl, I don't have a prediction, but I support my country and I wish we get qualified for the African Cup. I really support them. I get a strong hope and faith that today we're going to beat South Africa. The Bafana and the Lone Star. I get a strong hope and conviction that we're going to beat Bafana today. Trust me, Baka. Hey man, long time we're not participating in the African Cup now. So this is the time, the chance.
At least a prediction for me, I say the game will end in favor of Lone Star 2-1. Like bro will win 2-1. So at least you know, since you chose your team, have a prediction.
Well, I only want to win. I cannot predict now, but I expect you a win for Lone Star.
Yeah, so it's all about the national team, and you know when the national team is going for such a trophy, a tournament rather, we put our political differences aside. We support the team. I know others from, you know, the political camp of the CDC and other political party, they want to bring politics into this particular day, but for us here, we are patriots and we know what we stand for. Once it is good and is in favor of Liberia, we go for it. So today, it's not about if it is George Weah that is heading us. It's not about if it is Joe Howard Taylor that is deputizing him. It's about the national team, Liberia. And we all are going out there this morning to show that love to our country. It's not about George Weah being a president. It's about our country. So if you are going out there, make sure that you put a unity uniform on you and go and cheer the national team to victory. So, Martina, I have seen some people posting about Chamwea, some saying people hate George Weah, XYZ. I think this is not the time for that. This is not a time. Most especially,
to be honest with you, I really like to discuss seditions. Let me be honest with you. I don't like to discuss them because I saw Akara Mose Great Outlaw Drugs added. I saw his post and I saw the MTN working machine, which is Tomo Fala. I saw two of them posts. I think this is another development again for that another VR project that Cham we are playing for Lone Star. So I think this is another development for the CDC. Because they have politicized it, they saying that CDC, what CDC got to do with the national team? If they want to politicize it, then let us start to discuss how the national team have failed under a footballing president regime. Then we discuss that. Because on a job we are regime, one of the job we are supposed to prioritize is the sport in this country. Because his success becoming president today, everything derived from the football that today he downplaying. But right under his regime, Josh Manuel, we are football supposed to be the king and he's supposed to prioritize the any other things. But if they want to politicize it, then we come and discuss how the Lone Star, the team called Lone Star in this country that represent Liberia, how you have that on a George, we have watchful eyes, being a former footballer and sent to the presidency in this country. He not prioritize football and that where that he legacy there. All his success, George, if you were never going to play football, where he is today, he was never going to be there. But he came to power, Lone Star team had died. Even the female team, for them to go play all that war, no budget, no money. They want to politicize it. The CDC government have failed us in every sector in this country. Even from the sports side, they have failed us. So they shouldn't politicize it. Let us just pray to God that Chambuya should be able to play our game well. He shouldn't blunder. Because
No, I
like
don't
father,
think no, he's not playing. He's not part of the team. He went there to just train with the team. The coach, the head coach, Ansu said that he's not part of the team. He's not. He will not be with the guys on today. He only went there to motivate the players. That's according
so
to.
why they making it look like he on the team? Why they making it look like he one of the players?
No, he's not part of the team. So, but like I said, it's all about unity today. We are
It's
going
not about
out.
unity, we support our team.
Yeah, we support our team 100%. The Lone Star is ours, and nobody can change that. So
Sure.
if they are going out there, we all have to rally around them and get things going. So today, wear your red, white, and blue. Even if you are not going on the stadium, if you're not going at the SKD, be home, be a patriot. Yeah, wear your red, white, and blue. Yeah, and then from here, I'm going to go get my jersey. They're bringing it already, so I can wear my jersey. It will be on me throughout the day, showing that love to Mama Liberia. So we just want to stop there on the issue about Lone Star. For us here, we support the team 100%, and we wish them well. We will watch the game, we will listen to the game, and we wish the national team well.
Victory for Lone Star.
Yeah, victory for Lone Star. Martina, the issue about leadership, leadership come with mistakes. It come with realizing your mistake and coming back and correcting those mistakes as a leader. And only a good leader will realize their mistake, come back, and tell his or her followers that, oh, what I did to this person, I know it's not okay, but I have reached out to the person and, we have smoked peace pipe and now we are all set and good. I'm saying this on the issue about Heron Pedro Costa. I saw a post from him an hour ago. I will read that post and we'll chit chat about it at 11 o'clock. Mountain Collie will be with for our guest this morning and we'll be discussing a wide range of issues. But this post from Heron Pedro Costa, he said, it read us. On Saturday, I reached out to Senator Jeremiah Kuhn, political leader of the Movement for Democracy and Reconciliation, MDR. In the spirit of reconciliation, I offered to him my sincere apologies for the unfortunate comments I made about him on the Costa Show, sometimes last week. In the spirit of the moment, Senator Kuhn was generously magnificent and accepted, expressed his admiration for the work we do for our beloved country. We both agreed to mend fences and move on. It was a good call. Let's continue to think Liberia, love Liberia, and come together to build Liberia for the benefit of us all. May God bless you and save the motherland. Hashtag JMB 2023. Martina, if a leader made a mistake, realize his or her mistake, come back and apologize to his or her followers, that's a leader. That person is moving on a path that other people should follow. And this mistake from Costa, even though here on the show, I know a lot of people were so downhearted about what he said on the show that particular morning, and placing a call, being a man, taking your phone, placing a call to somebody that you have characterized in some ways. Only a real man do such a thing. So from my end, I think it was necessary for Costa to have done that, and doing that create more love for him from his supporters. I don't know what you make of that. What do you make of the communication?
Well, I want to say this, right? In time of war, get ready for peace. We can continue to fight. We just do all those things here at times because of frustration and anger. But let me just set an example. Like my big sister says, if we had the same fight before, Rose, Napier, everybody were involved into that fight, right? And later we realized that the fight, it was not working. My mind always say a parable, say when you lose a fight, you lose nothing. When you win a fight, you win nothing. And we all smoke the peace and we apologize. The nicest thing we said to one another, we apologize and we move on. And today we are good friends. We are even better than ever before. So people want to see people making power. I see two people there under the comments when they post leader made. Oh, after you say this, after you said that, nobody go to war and go tell somebody say you fun. Jeremiah Kun, the way you talk like that. No, you're not expected. In terms of confusion, people say things. Especially for me, when you make it flower, you must just tell me what you want to tell me, because if possible, say when we make peace, someone I will tell you, you not even want to forgive me. But like I said, it takes a few leaders to do what leader did. Some people will criticize him, but you pay it, they can't do it. They don't take their statement back. They don't apologize when they believe that it's necessary for them to apologize. And that's why some of us, we continue to love and follow Henry Costa, because it takes few leaders to think like the way he thinks. And I guess people reach out to him. Oh, what you did, we're not happy about it. So he apologized. And he apologized. He human now. If machine that what may create can make mistakes, what's about we the human being? We are human. We got a lot of things. Sometimes when we are frustrated, we blow out of proportion. And later when we realize our mistake, we apologize. Anytime you go into war, create that room for peace, because nobody wants to continue fighting forever and ever. So let me say thank you to leader for acting like a real leader by reaching out to Honorable Jeremiah Kun, for them all to smoke the peace point. It takes a man to act like the way he behaves. He shouldn't mind what haters will say about him. Some people always want to hear the negative things about him, but he Henry Costa. And what he can do, you can't do it. What he will do, you might not able to do it. And I'm happy that he reached out and he apologized and he smoked the peace point. That peace we want right now. Because we targeting one goal to let the Buka dancer go. They're 9 men that over us. They're 9 men that controlling this country. They're demonic spirit that have taken over this country from one disaster to another disaster. We all pray to God for this 9 men, this disaster to leave this 2023, and we can elect a very good and decent and responsible leader that will bring us transparency and accountability. That's our goal. So I want to say thanks to the both leaders for smoking the peace points. That's what we want. We the supporters, when the leader at peace, we the supporters, we will be happy, we will campaign in peace. So I want to say thanks to the both of them for settling down for peace. We now need no war right now. After the election, if we want to go to war, we can go to war, but now we are discussing peace. I want to say thanks to the leader again.
People will say he have apologized many times, and he keep apologizing because of some things. Yes, it's good to apologize. What about those that came up? Like, for instance, the lack of Moba Molu. Moba Molu told the Liberian people in our eyes that if Darius Delon is elected senator of Mossorado County, he was resign his post as chairman of the Congress for Democratic Change or the Coalition for Democratic Change.
True.
Sir Joseph told us that if Darius Dillon is elected senator of Moswalo County, he will resign. He will never contest in district in this particular county. That was what Sir Joseph told us. Abu Bana Kamara told us that if Darius Dillon is elected senator, he was not going to contest in district number 15 comes October 10th. All of those guys, when Dillon got elected as senator, they never mustered the courage. They never mustered the courage to come back to the Liberian people and say, oh, what I said, I apologize for it. I know that we were in a tight political season, but even though Dillon have won the election, but I just want to come up publicly to apologize for my statement I made. But all of them, they just kept mute. They kept silent and never realized that they made some political statement. And now you be a CDC supporter or an ANC supporter coming up on the show this morning, or even going on a Herod Pedro Costa post, making some comments that is now called for. We have to graduate. We really have to graduate, because it takes a man to come out to realize his or her mistakes and say, I apologize. If the names I have outlined here, the Sir Joseph, the Moba Molu, the Abu Kamara, if they have boys, they could have come out to tell the Liberian people that, oh, or what I said, it was all about politics, and I apologize for it. Let's move on. But Martina, they didn't realize that, and they are, some of them are contesting for the position that they said they were not going to contest, and when they don't are going to be elected senator.
Boga, you not forget they made all those statements, right? How about Molu that said that Jawia can sleep with our girls before he gave them job? Jawia can go lobby on behalf of the country and divert the money to different accounts for your own private use. Jawia giving incompetent people job because they were part of the struggle. He said a lot of damaging things about Jawia, which you and myself we know it is true. But because of party mandate, why they thought they came out, they said it was a legal talk. Did Molu came out and tell the Liberian people, I'm sorry, I was drunk, that's why I made this statement? And just like that. But God, we shouldn't waste our energy on these people. The people lack the ability to lead. The people, they are not leaders. So when they see a real leader speaking and acting, they feel jealous. The time they will take to discuss a hearing Costa, let them take that time to study him, to be like him, to adapt some ways from him. That when they do wrong, they should mop up the courage to apologize. When they make statement, they should come out and retract their statement and apologize for the statement they made. People who talk loosely and later they just sit down and they don't say anything about it. You want to compare them with a real leader? Henry Costa is a leader. Say whatsoever you want to say about him. The name that some of us we call him, a majority of the Liberian people refer to him as leader. That name did not just come by mistake. He was destined to be a leader, and he shall lead one day. He's not going to rule, but he will lead. He's not going to be a ruler, but he's going to be a leader. So we shouldn't waste our time on the people. They think that when they say something and they know they were wrong and they stand by it, it means that they are men. You are not men. You're just showing the people how irresponsible you are. Because you are human, you're not free from mistake. If you make a mistake and realize your mistake, you should mop up the courage to come out and apologize to your people. You must know that when people see you as a leader, there's so many things about you need to change. Sometimes, even if you don't want to apologize, but if your people demand, popular demand, if your followers ask you to do it, you will do it. That pain will be your how you will do it because you are a leader. That's what your people want. But when lies, even the president, the CDC president are ruling us today, called George Manewia. Have George Manewia ever apologized for statement that the Liberian people free heard about it? When George Weah take to the proto and said, Gifted Lama and Albert Peter, they were boyfriend and girlfriend. That's why they died. They were having an affair and they died on Broad Street in their car. The Liberian people were angry with Bass Jawia everywhere. Did Jawia mop up the courage to come and apologize to us? While we were grieving, he never. Because he's not a leader. We forced him to make him a leader. So we shouldn't waste our energy on these people. These people, they just there to rule. And that's why they're ruling us any way they feel, anyhow they think. Whether we are satisfied or not, they will just do whatsoever they want to do. You cannot compare a leader. There are two different things people don't understand. We got leaders, we got rulers. People who rule you, they do anything. They don't care about your opinion. They don't care how you feel or not. They just do things that will satisfy them. These people, they are rulers. But our leaders will always follow the footsteps of their follower and their constituents. That's why that has leader behave. And the CDC, from CDC angle, everyone on there, they are rulers. They don't care how people feel about it, how their constituents feel, or how their citizens and the government feel about it. They just do things their way. But a Henry Costa, a less of Joseph Nima Boyka. I remember somebody told me that Arab once like the gate in front of Joseph Nima Boyka, said they must come out with press statement. And because of that, he believed that this girl, she believed in me. That's why she wanted me to say something. And the old man did come out with a press statement. These people, they are leaders. Even one person, if you take action against them, they believe in you. Trust me, they're going to come out to say something. So there are two different things. When they see this angle, the people, they are rulers, and we in the opposition, some of our leaders, they are leaders. That's why they lead us. And when we talk to them, what we hate or what we feel that it was not right, we ask them to retract their statement and apologize. They do it because they believe in us. They see where we believe in them.
Okay, so we have this announcement, and it's a pay for. So let me take it quickly. Coming up at 11 o'clock, at about 5 minutes from now, Martin Colley will be joining us, and we have a wide range of issues to talk about this morning. He's prepped up to explain a lot, and we're asking some tough questions. So at 11 o'clock, Martin Colley will join us. So like 5 minutes from now. So it says the Sasa Bonin accused taste is a Liberian and Afro-Caribbean cuisine and a full Casio, a fine dining restaurant and lodge soon to be open in Merton, South Jersey, Dix Spring. Sasa Bonin is located at 300 E Green Tree Road, Merton, New Jersey 08053. Sasa specialized in ethnic Liberian, Afro-Caribbean, and Southeastern cuisine. Sasa is 25 minutes from Philadelphia, 40 minutes from Wilmington, DE, 30 minutes from Trenton, 30 minutes from Brighton, and 20 minutes from Burlington, New Jersey. Sasa will have a private lodge area for private parties, private and corporate meeting and events. Sasa will also feature their in-house live band playing live music on weekends. Sasa Bonin Exclusive is currently hiring from the following positions and offering very competitive pay and others financial benefits. Sasa specifically urges Liberians to apply. Position to apply for are line cook, full pre-cleaners, service, restaurant managers, greeters or cashier, office clerk or secretary, a cook familiar and experienced in preparing and cooking Liberian food. Pay rates starting from 16 per hour to 22 per hour. Tips and bonuses will be explained during the interview process. Food vendors, concession stands workers, 17 per hour. Looking to recruit Liberians, African band musicians, guitarists, drummers, vocalists, and organists or DJs. Here are the available sheets that's the available shift. Those that want to work from 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Tuesday and Thursdays, 2:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tuesdays, Thursdays, 6:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 3:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Friday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And then on 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays. For more information, you can call this particular number. That's +1 609 468 4232. That's the Sasa Bonin Exquisite restaurant that is about to be open in the United States of America. So, folks, we are awaiting joining. We have the 2 more meetings. We'll be joining Martin Colley. Martina, is there anything you want to chip in? Because so as I'm about to tell Martin to join, or you can chip in anything else. That means get in contact with Martin quickly.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the thing we were discussing, right? The Akara, Moses, Great, and all of them are running with leader apologies and things, then the seditions. What Akara, Moses, Great did to the university student, have he come out to apologize? And none of them running with it. He went there, he told toys and hooligans at the university campus and invaded the campus with deadly weapons in their hand. They beat on the innocent students. The children have to flag their campus. Have he come out to apologize as a leader? Because he's not a leader, he's a ruler, so he will not come out to apologize. The public bashing, even there was people in the diaspora, everybody were angry. The Liberian community, everybody discussed this one Akara great man. And he never come out to apologize. But that the man tomorrow will come out and tell people that, oh yes, I'm a leader, y'all vote me. I can better protect you guys. The man said, you are a part of your district, nobody can stop you from going there. But you want supporters, these very students, because they were standing up, and by then you were in opposition. You supported them. That's why I don't want Soup to even build alliance with anybody, be an opposition or ruling establishment. Because don't mind, we that supported them today, tomorrow when we have them, we're not going to recognize them. For me, I will stand with Soup, but I will not take myself out because that's how majority will behave. I will stand with Soup. Even if I supported a government tomorrow, you come to power. And what Soup doing? And you go against them, I will stand with it. If you want to take your job, take your job. Because they Soup, they've been answered to every government, not only today. They've been standing up. So Akara Moses Gray will say, oh, because he went Costa apologize, let him go and apologize. Because what he did to our university students, we all were angry. We were not happy about it. The entire country, even the Liberians the Liberians that abroad, everybody were angry because the way he behaved to the children. Then he come and apologize to them. But no, he was not apologize because he believed he's the best person ever. So he's not going to apologize.
Yeah, okay, Martina, thank you so much. You know, with the time exactly a minute past 11 o'clock, we told our audience that Martin Colley was going to be our guest on today's edition of the Costa Morning Show, and Martin is now with us. You know, I like the fact that they always say he's from exile, so he always turning people from exile.
Yeah.
I mean, so good morning, Martin, and welcome to the Costa Show.
Good morning, Boakai. Good morning, Martina.
Good morning,
yeah, it is good to be here, quite frankly. Let me extend my earnest appreciation to you, Boakai, and Henry Costa for the continued effort and sacrifice in pursuit of a new Liberia. Permit me to extend my utmost greetings to all Liberians, far and near, especially our people in country. These are difficult times. As we sail through, it takes our collective resolve to continue on this path of the redemption pursuit. So thank you for the opportunity to appear as we talk about some of the issues.
Okay, so let's move on. We begin with your organization in getting rid of academic crime in our country. You have an organization. You want to tell us a little bit about that organization and how successful have you been achieving what you are fighting towards?
Oh, certainly. About 18 months ago, Martin Colley and others, including Abula Mame, Vandalak Patrick, Jamel Dube, and the likes of the other folks, we made a conscious decision to safeguard the integrity of the intelligentsia in Liberia. Our observation at that time informed us about the proliferation of fake degrees and academic frusters across the country. So, like any other Liberian, we were concerned as well. Why should these academic frusters undermine the integrity of our education sector? This is unfair to Liberians who have worked so hard to earn their academic credentials. Hence, the Campaigners for Academic Crimes Code came into existence. Today, I am proud to announce to the Liberian people that the CACC is a legally registered institution under the laws of the Republic of Liberia. And our agenda is in the best interest of the country, especially quality education and academic excellence, as well as integrity. Look at the work we've done in a relatively short period. In 15 months, we've exposed hundreds of academic frusters, people who have intentionally chosen to steal their way through our system. The system is so vulnerable. Like we said the other day, there are two things lacking, Boaka and Martina. Number one, quality assurance and quality control. These are the basics that are currently lacking within our education system. Anyone can just come from anywhere, Asia, Europe, America, and just bring any paper and stuff into our system without due diligence. I do not really blame them. I blame the Ministry of Education. I blame the National Commission on Higher Education. I blame the Republic of Liberia under the leadership of President George Manuel Weah. President Weah makes political appointments and the legislature does not even check. We've exposed a number of political appointees as well. So our work here is to promote academic integrity, fair competition, excellence, and public productivity through manpower development. So those who think that they will continue to buy their way through our system with these fake degrees, their days are numbered. Their days are numbered. We've exposed Councillor Arthur Johnson, for example. We've exposed a president who once sat at the very echelon of corporate Liberia, the former president of the Liberia Bank for Development and Investment. He was at the highest level of corporate Liberia. We exposed him and we brought him down. We've exposed professors and lecturers of public and private universities. The records are there. We are not getting any support from anywhere. We are patriotic Liberians who have chosen to get it straight. If we can't get it straight, Boaka, we are going nowhere. Our future will be jeopardized. Our future is dependent on quality education. So if we collectively choose to undermine this system that should produce prosperity, that should produce efficiency in public service and private sector as well, where are we going? Then we've missed the mark. We've missed the mark as a generation, as a 21st century generation.
Can we say, you say since your establishment, it's been like 15 months now, have you achieved that goal that you wanted to achieve when you say, oh, I'm establishing the movement to make sure that academic fraudster be brought to book? Have you been achieving, or have you, within your mind, have you achieved that goal, or you are still to achieve more goals from now up forward? Have you achieved those goals? Because a lot of people are coming in saying that you are targeting them. Your institution is targeting them. We listen to a voice from Arthur Johnson. He said, you are doing it because of political, because of his staying politically on issues. That's why you are targeting them. And whenever you come up with names people will come back with backlashes and say that you are targeting them. What been the response from Liberians towards your institution, most especially if you come up with names on people that are part of the system and damaging our system?
To address your first question, Boakai, to a very larger extent, we've achieved, because what we are doing as a pro-academic integrity institution is what the Ministry of Education should be doing. It's what the National Commission on Higher Education should be doing. However, we have taken personal responsibility of their duties. I gave you a few instances. The National Commission on Higher Education has been silent about fake degrees and academic fraudsters because of the awareness and sensitization we have raised. That's why the commission has become active of late. You just listen to the latest policy. We wrote the commission about the enforcement of that policy. The legislature today is having section on academic integrity because of the work we have done. The representative of Grand Junior County, Ellis Green, he was expelled from the University of Liberia and the Cottington University because of the work we have done. The dean of the Science College, James McLean, at the University of Liberia, was also expelled because of the work we have done. Arthur Johnson and others are today known as academic fraudsters because of the work we have done. People talking about the initiatives of the CSCC are political. We have no political intent. We have no political ambition. We aren't targeting anyone. We have also exposed people in the opposition. I gave you a few examples, right? Look at this man from VOT, right? Mr. I'm just forgetting his name, Jeremiah Waplo. We've exposed him. Look at this man from Liberia Destiny Party, Mr. Nathaniel Barnes, former ambassador to the United States of America. For more than 10 years, Liberians call him Dr. Barnes, Dr. Barnes. We finally exposed that. So we are not against people who are in favor of the regime. We are not against people who are not in favor of the regime. We are doing a piece of job in the interest of Liberia, especially in the interest of our education system. Because here is it, right? Here is the downside of it. Or here are a number of negative effects if we allow fake credentialists to have their way. The first thing is our commerce coming out of the universities and secondary institutions will not be up to the tax because they were taught by people who just did not know what to do. They did not have the required credentials or the requisite competencies to impart knowledge. The danger of this is 10 years from now, you will have a generation that does not know just anything. We will have to import human capital to this country called Liberia. We'll start importing Ghanaians, Nigerians, Sierra Leoneans, Ivorians, South Africans, because we sat supinely and allowed a group of academic fraudsters in our classrooms. This has to stop, Boakai. You and Martina cannot go to school, work very hard, earn your credentials, and then you have a group of Liberians who are bent on cheating the system.
Sure.
It is unfortunate that we have a government that does not value education. If we had a government that value education, a lot of these people we have exposed so far are in jail by now. But Mr. Weir does not value education because he's a 9th grader. He's a 9th grade dropout. People who are in his government are university reprobates, high school degenerates. They do not value education. And we have said continuously and fundamentally that if we don't place premium on education, we are on a journey to nowhere as a republic. I want to encourage the government again, including our international partners who are interested in quality education. This is the time to pursue academic thrusters and weed out fake credentialists. Let me analogize a bit, Bwaka and Martina, because a lot of people are following the need to understand what is taking place in other countries or what has been taking place in other countries as well. Peace be to his ashes. I always like to give this example because Liberia falls in this particular situation as well. 2015, the late president of Tanzania, John Popi Magufuli, he launched an all-out war on fake degree and academic thrusters in Tanzania. He weeded out 10,000 fake credentialists from the public service. Guess what? In less than 3 years, what happened? In less than 3 years, Bwaka and Martina, Tanzania became a middle-income country from a low-income country as a result of that decision. So if Liberia decides, or if the Liberian government decides to pursue academic thrusters like the Sierra Leoneans are doing, like the Rwandans are doing, Ghanaians, Ivorians, East Africans, they have been actively involved in this campaign against fake credentialists and academic thrusters. Why not Liberia? Why are we complacent about fraud? Our complicity is so demonstrated to an extent that we do not even have the political will to tell our friends that this school is fake. Look at AIU, for example. Look at what we have exposed about the Atlantic International University that Mr. Arthur Johnson is claiming a PhD from. We published a list the other day. More than 60 of them, those schools are fake online institutions. People sit in Liberia claiming to be studying PhD abroad. Liberia does not even have a stable internet facility. Liberia does not even have a stable internet facility. Electricity, nothing. Internet, nothing. How are you doing PhD from Liberia? The other man, the former agriculture minister, for example, Morgana Flomo, he sat in Liberia claiming to have done his PhD in chemical engineering. Chemical engineering requires practical labs. How can you do chemical engineering PhD from Liberia? You know, we have done a lot. The Liberian people have followed what we have done in this particular sector. We are concerned about our future. Our concern, Bwaka, is tied to the future of this country. We cannot compromise. We cannot gamble our future simply because we want to protect certain people or we want to protect our political base. Education is not political. Education is not political. And the reason why we should not make it political is because it has got no substitute. There's no substitute to education. Education has long-term gains. It is perfectly inelastic. And until the government can understand the benefits or the socio-economic dividends of education, we are going nowhere. That's why the CDC-led government is a miserable failure, because they don't value education. Look at who are your ministers, your deputy ministers, your assistant ministers. Who are they? They are reprobates. They are reprobates. They are high school degenerates. They just do not know what to do. A lot of them are misplaced. As a result, we are not getting anything out of the system. Public productivity is at Liberia going under Mr. Weir when he does not value quality education. Academic fraud is another form of corruption. And the LACC should be concerned about this. The GSC should also be concerned. But nobody is concerned.
Martin, before I cross over to Martina, if she do have question about this particular topic that we are on, education, the government of Liberia, the Ministry of Education, and other educational sector of our country, are they welcoming your initiative? For instance, the Ministry of Education should welcome you and work along with you. But we see them defending people that you are put out there in the public that are frustrated to our academic sector. Are they supporting your initiative? That's my question. So Martina, if you answer, or if you do have a question on the issue about education, because we have other things to look at, you can add up to it, then he can just combine the both questions and answer, then we can move on to other things.
Okay, comrade leader. I always call him comrade leader because he provide knowledge for us. He's
I'm
my
humble.
comrade leader. Comrade leader, Mountain calling. I just want to know because I don't even know how to thank you. You one young person in this country that you have sacrificed everything. I remember how you left this country because your life was threatened. I want to ask you this question. Don't mind the people who supporting you today. You see Martina, you see the Vanguard student, you see other people that are into advocacy. We're not going to leave your side because we are not politicians. The people that are supporting you today, tomorrow when they get in that position, that some people right now, they not put their dossier on Facebook. The next government to come, if they try to fake their own credential too, if the next government come to power and they not appreciate the work you are doing, what's the hope you get to continue the good work? Because you don't predict politicians, especially in Liberia. Today they will be supporting you because most of the people you have exposed, 80% they are rooting. The people are in a rooting establishment because opposition right now they are not into government, so we don't really know much about them. So the people tomorrow when we put new government into power, and there are people then start to work and they start to put their credential on their page, and you start to go after them, and the government now acknowledge the good work you are doing. What's your hope to continue this good fight for Mama Liberia? And my second question is, since you've been exposing the people who got fake credentials, how many of them have resigned? How many of them mop up the courage to say, oh yes, I'm fake? Like Though Delaney have no option but to resign his post. And also the pressure from his colleagues at his job site. So you were forced to resign. How many people have resigned their post since you exposed them that they carry a fake credential?
Thank you, Martina. And quite frankly, I would like to appreciate the work you continue to do as a sister in the struggle. All of you need to continue because what you are fighting for is not intended to benefit this generation particularly, but it is intended to benefit posterity. So continue the good work, and history has a reward for you. So let me begin to respond to your question. Then I'll go to Boaka's question. I want to premise my response on a popular quotation by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. when he said, and I quote, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in the moment of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at the time of controversy and challenge." Are there challenges? The answer is yes. Will there be challenges even after Mr. Weah's government? The answer is yes. But here is the fundamental question that I want to answer. Will we give up because a new government has taken power and decided to do what Mr. Weah did? The answer is no. This is an endless pursuit until the education system of our country can be overhauled. We need a total revolution within the education system. This revolution will be and must be accomplished. We are not surrendering our baton to even any post-Weah government. Whether Mr. Boaka comes to power, Mr. Gonglo comes to power, or Mr. Cummins comes to power, we will still engage the government and non-government elements the same way we have been engaging. So nothing will change. The Liberian people can be assured of that. What we are planning to
Thank
do
you,
as
comrade.
well, what we are planning to do as well, we are developing a policy paper, right, in lieu of an agreement between CSCC and political leaders in the country. We will request them to sign. Whoever takes over must commit himself or herself to ensuring that this pursuit of the CACC is paid attention to. So that's in progress already. We are engaged with other lawmakers on this as well. The next thing, the next question you asked about, you said, sorry, please remind me.
Since you've been exposing people with fake credentials, how many of them have mop up the courage to resign their posts because they know their credentials are fake?
Okay, thank you. You know, it is an important question, and this is what morality demands across the world. When a public official is accused of academic fraud or fraud of any nature, he should be in a position to either resign or recuse himself for possible or probable investigation based on adduced evidence or prima facie. That's what morality dictates. But our society is morally bankrupt, Martina. Our society is morally bankrupt. Look at, for example, the speaker, Buffer Chambers. His master's degree in criminal justice is fake. His PhD is fake. But who has ever asked him to resign, or who has ever called for an investigation? Look at the Senate pro tem. He was made assistant professor at the University of Liberia based on the fact that he submitted a curriculum vitae indicating that he has a Master of Science degree in petroleum geology. That's a lie. He does not have a Master of Science in petroleum geology. We expose him as well. But who has ever asked him to resign as Senate pro tem as a result of our exposure, which is evidence-based? We provided facts, evidence, and we are going to take these people to court at the appropriate time. We will explore legal possibilities because fraud under our penal law, under the penal code, revised version 1972, it is very clear. Fraud is a felonious crime. Academic fraud is fraud. Fraud is academic fraud. There's no difference between academic fraud and fraud. That's the same fraud. So if someone of that caliber or authority commits fraud, he should be persecuted under the law. Yondwe Mokombla, for example, he had to recuse himself as Speaker of the Legislature under Charles Taylor because he lied about his credential from the Columbia University. Why are they not reading history? Why are they not reading history? That's what George Satayana said. Those who refuse to read history are bound to repeat the mistakes of the past. We have to be conscious enough about historical antecedents because it will help to inform our present-day decisions. Unfortunately, Mr. Weah is bereft of every shred of administrative aptitude to lead our country. He's unfit diametrically. He does not have the moral capability, his ability to even lead is questionable. So he doesn't care whether the speaker has fake degree, whether the Senate pro tem has fake degree, he doesn't care. That's why they don't disagree with the president, because they are no different from the president. So our call is not necessarily to get at public officials in Mr. Weah's government. Our call is intended to weed out academic fraudsters, fake degrees from the system. So it is up to them to resign. It is up to them to recuse themselves. But one thing I know for a fact, there will come a time it will be too late for them to resign because there will be persecution. We have also called on the vice president. The vice president also lied about her credentials. She does not have any master's in banking and finance. We wrote the ABA in the United States of America. The letter is on my Facebook page. They issued a disclaimer. Vice President Joy Howard Taylor lied about her master's in banking and finance from the ABA in the United States of America. She does not have any master's in banking and finance. Because she wanted to be the deputy governor of the central bank under Charles Taylor, she had to fake her credential. Where is the country going? Vice President, fake degree. Speaker, fake degree. Senate pro tem, fake degree. President, 9th grade dropout. We are in trouble, Martina and Boaka. And this we are to salvage our country. So let me respond to Boaka's question.
Okay,
Boaka has an important question about why the Ministry of Education has been silent. You see, Boaka, you know, when we come to a public platform like this, one that is so popular in the Liberian community and across the world, it behooves us to speak the truth, right? Let's look at the administration of the Ministry of Education at the moment. The minister, for example, who is he? His name is D. Ansun Soni. What is his career? His career is accountancy. He graduated from the University of Liberia in the 70s with a BSc in accounting. In the 80s, he graduated from the Adelaide University with an MA in accounting. That's his highest qualification. He does not have any doctoral degree. He does not have any PhD. You go on the website of the ministry, they are calling him Dr. Ansun Soni. You know where he got a doctorate degree from? Stars Computer School on the FE.
Nope.
They confer honorary doctorate degree on him. What kind of country is this? What kind of country is this, Bwaka? Let's be honest about where we are going as a country. What do we want for this country? How can Stars Computer School on the FE? And Stars Computer School is owned by the Deputy Minister for Administration of the Ministry of Education. In fact, how can you be Deputy Minister of the Ministry of Education and you are an owner of a school? That's conflict of interest. It is in violation of the 2009 Public Financial Management Law. Why are they violating almost all the laws in the country? The rule of law is a value of the past. The president has violated almost all the laws, including provisions or proviso of the Constitution. His deputies have violated almost all the laws as well. You cannot be the player and the referee at the same time. The Ministry of Education is the referee, but the referee is a player as well. He owns a school, including the Minister of Education. He also owns a school. So every resources available for the Ministry of Education, they are going to divert those resources to their personal schools. This is conflict of interest. But who's talking about this? Who's talking about this? So the next thing is, Mr. Ansun Soni does not have any PhD. He is not a doctor. He has never been a doctor. Stars College cannot give you an honorary quote-unquote doctorate. Stars College does not even offer masters. So how can they confer a doctorate degree on you? How can you give all what you don't have? This is a paradox. And the paradox must be big. It is unfortunate that the education system of our country is in crisis. All of us, including Bwaka, Martina, Costa, everybody, we need to fix it. If we don't get it right now, we can't get it right tomorrow. This is the time. The opportunity is ours to reverse what is now happening in our country.
Okay, so the opportunity is also to revert what's happening in our country. That's the voice of activist Martin K.N. Colley, and he's here with us this morning on the Costa Show. Later on, we'll be opening the phone line, but we have this thing that been trending in the news lately. Back then, in November of 2022, the government of Liberia and France signed a 1.2 million grant financing agreement that we didn't see anything, no improvement. And after that, again, they said, President, we have meet with UAE delegation over Liberia's efficiency in Rex production. Rex production in our country, we haven't seen that. None of all, we haven't seen a groundbreaking ceremony where in the city we'll be having a large farm in creating food for Liberians. But the president in 2022 met with delegation from the United Arab Emirates. We come back to the French government. There are 50 billion to sports development in Liberia. That was in February of 2018 when President Weah visited France. All of this were in the news. Now, Martin, there's the issue about Liberia benefiting from the United Arab Emirates signing a 50 billion carbon initiative deal. Some folks that are supporters of the CDC are celebrating this. They are saying that it's a welcoming news. Some media outlets have carried a story, and now I saw a post from you making me to invite you on the show this morning to tell us a little bit about this story. Give us a background. How true is this $50 billion deal with the United Arab Emirates and the Liberian government?
Thank you, Buakai. You know, this has become a topical issue, and I would like to start off by saying the media in Liberia has to be very cautious and careful about what it swallows, because this government, and everybody knows, Martin Colley does not need to re-emphasize or re-echo. Who doesn't know this government? This government is a conglomerate of liars, thieves, criminals. This government believes in disinformation. You know, there's a difference between misinformation and disinformation. When you mislead the public unintentionally, that's misinformation. But when you mislead the public intentionally, when you know this thing is a lie, but you decide to spray it out in the public, that's disinformation. So this government has surpassed misinformation. It is at the level of disinformation. And the relationship of this government and the media needs to be streamlined, right? Because the media plays a very pivotal role, right, in terms of protecting the public. That's why you have the first estate, the clergy. The clergy is the first estate. Then you have the nobility, which is the government, the second estate. Then you have the commoners, the ordinary people, who we describe as proletariats. They consist of the third estate. Then the fourth estate is the media. And the responsibility of the fourth estate is to protect the third estate and checkmate the second estate. The first estate is there to, serve as an in-between us and divinity. So that is the structure. The fourth estate is the gatekeeper of our country. So if you decide to collaborate with a government that lies about just everything, then we have every right to question your role as the fourth estate. My only caution is, let's be careful. The media is doing a great job in Liberia, but you cannot just publish anything, anyhow. Let's be careful with this government. The government lies too much. It has embarrassed the entire media with this 50 billion story. But let's go to the point. Now, there are two headlines that have been trending, like I said. Number one, UAE signs 50 billion carbon deal with Liberia. And another one is Liberia is to benefit from a 50 billion deal with the UAE. These are all propaganda and lies. These are all propaganda and lies. Why should we lie to our people? And these lies are intended to distract our attention from the Langley Accord. We are aware of this red herring. They cannot distract us because we know the truth. We know the truth. So, for example, they say it is an MOU. I read the information from MICAT as well as the executive mansion's page. They say MOU, they sign MOU. The first thing, Baka, is in the context of economics and international law, there are a number of different types of agreements. You have something called LOR, MOU, and MOA. And I'm going to break them down so that our people can understand what they are and their subsections. Then I will deal with the quote-unquote MOU and demystify some of the minor contradictions. So let's begin. MOR means letter of intent. Letter of intent is an informal agreement, for example, that acknowledges an intent to explore the possibility of collaboration. However, it is not binding. Parties to this LOR have no legally binding obligation to any form of quote-unquote agreement. Then you have another one called MOU. MOU is general, right?
Yeah.
MOU is general, and under MOU you have various sections. You have bilateral, right? You have multilateral. You have something called plurilateral, right? So if you look at all of these, then we must ask them, what really did they sign? Because they're saying MOU, right? Then you have something called MOA. MOA is more specific. It is binding. MOA is binding. It means memorandum of agreement. MOU is general but not binding. In some cases, it can be binding. So if you sign an MOU, right, an MOU in the context of OECD standards cannot be signed between a country and an organization or a business. You cannot sign a bilateral agreement as a country, as a republic, with a business. So under MOU, you have something called concession as well. It's another section of MOU. Concession, bilateral agreement, multilateral agreement, plurilateral agreement. So if you say you sign an MOU, I've asked the minister, which type of MOU did you sign? Nobody has answered up to now. Ask them, which MOU? Or you just signed MOU? Who did you sign the MOU with? The MOU, the truth of the matter is, and the Liberian people need to know, this MOU was signed by a private business established just 5 months ago. How can you as a country, you know, it is not wrong, but you cannot say, okay, it is an MOU. Which type of MOU is that? Are they going to pre-finance any carbon project in the country or any, you know, any environmental project in the country? But let me tell you more about this blue carbon, right? Before telling you more about this blue carbon, the first thing I want to say, they said they were invited by UAE. That's a lie. That lie number one. The UAE or the Emirates government did not invite anybody from Liberia. Not even Mr. Weah, who is the president of the country. They did not invite Twe. When people are officially invited by the UAE government, you don't go to Dubai and sit there. You go to Abu Dhabi, the presidential palace, where guests, executive guests are received, is in Abu Dhabi and not Dubai. But where they are sitting, if you can put the picture up, that is the office of a privately owned business that was established 5 months ago. Why are you lying to your people? You're talking about UAE government. Why did UAE government invite you? When? Show us the letter of invitation. How? What was your mission? What was the mission?
Martin, the MOU that was signed between the government and the UAE, according to Front Page Africa, they are saying the MOU also aimed at establishing cooperation framework for development of nature-based solution project in Liberia, blue carbon developing strategies to regulate carbon markets through transparency, audit for high intensity carbon emissions through the country. So that's the MOU that was signed. So for your part, you think there was no MOU signed. This is a blatant lie by the government, and they shouldn't say it was signed between the United Arab Emirates and Liberia because it was a private institution. Now you are saying two things here. Can we say there was a deal signed between a private institution in the UAE and the government of Liberia, or is the United Arab Emirates that signed this MOU between they and the government of Liberia? Which one are we taking here?
So they have made you to believe, and they have made the Liberian people to believe that this is an MOU between the government of Liberia and the United Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
That's a lie. That's a lie. And that's why I said the media has to be careful about what they publish. That's a big lie. UAE did not sign any agreement, any MOU. They did not make any commitment or obligation on any carbon or renewable energy project. That's a lie. And I'm going to give you the background of the 50 billion.
Martin, can we safely state that there was an MOU signed between, even if it is a private institution in the United Arab Emirates, but there was a $15 billion deal signed between a government and certain organization in the United Arab Emirates?
That's a lie as well. There was no 50 billion deal signed anywhere between the Liberian government and a privately owned firm or a service-based business. Nothing at all. And I'm going to prove that, right? Okay. So the picture that they uploaded, right? The picture that they uploaded, Buakai, that is the office of Blue Carbon. Blue Carbon is a client-based business intended to promote green economy. It is located in Dubai. I'm going to give the specific location of where they are sitting, right? That the Liberian people listing. So that area is located 27th floor, Bosch at Salam Tower, Sheikh Zayed Road, Dubai, UAE. This is where Mr. Weah and Mr. Twe are sitting in those photos. And I'm going to upload the link for you to see my proof. I'm not just talking, right? I'm providing facts, proof for the Liberian people to see for themselves. These are liars in power. The first thing is, who established this Blue Carbon? Blue Carbon Initiative is quite different from the renewable energy program of the UAE. Don't get it twisted. Mr. Twe and Mr. Weah, why are you deceiving our people? The very 50 billion they are running around with, there was an online conference between the president of the United Arab Emirates. Let me get to the facts. 1 minute. I'm going to publish all of these facts, right? There was a conference in June of 2022 between President Joe Biden of the United States and other world leaders. Participating in this conference was the president of the United Arab Emirates. And he did pledge 50 billion, right? 50 billion to improving renewable energy. That was the background of his pledge. He did pledge 50 billion June 2022. We are in March 2023. So how can this 50 billion that was pledged June 2022 become your 50 billion? So here's the point, right? Here's the point. So they visited this privately owned business firm. The firm is almost looking at the way you're having, for example, Green Advocates in Liberia, right? They have their office on Crown Hill, right? So if the president of UAE comes to Liberia and decides to visit Green Advocate, they probably choose to, sign an MOU or say, for example, a concession. And according to the concession, Liberia is to do this. The organization is to explore, assess the forest resources of the country. How does that equate to a 50 billion deal? It is not a 50 billion deal. Nowhere UAE promised that Liberia will benefit from a 50 billion United States dollar carbon deal. Nowhere. Nowhere. Now, the head of this privately owned business, his name is Sheikh Ahmed Damok at Maktor, right? He's the owner of this business that Mr. Twe and Mr. Weah visited. He did not commit a dime either to Liberia. Tell them to publish the agreement. I challenge any one of them. There is nothing, there is no part of whatever agreement they are talking about relating to finances. Say, for example, the institution or the business will commit 10 million or 5 million. No dime in anything called MOU that they are passing around with. So why are we deceiving our people? Why are we deceiving? These are the very same people, Baka, who told you about Ibomaf loan, Eton loan, these pre-financing loan agreements. Where are they today? These are the very same people who told you that President Macron gave them 20 million. Where is the 20 million?
Yeah.
Were these not the same people, Boaka and Martina, who told all of us that we were going to have 22 UAE investors in the country?
Yes, and they keep
Messi were going to bring companies. Even the first lady, she told us she was bringing weed factory from China. Where's the weed factory? Let's be serious here about governance. Governance is not a horse play. It's not a child's play. So the point of the matter is, what the media is publishing was sent from UAE by Samuel Twe. He did the story, he wrote everything, and they just published it with all investigating. And this is unfair to the public. I know exactly what happened. I know exactly what happened. He sat in UAE, he finished writing his story, take a picture in Dubai. Then he said UAE government signed a deal of 50 billion, or Liberia is to benefit 50 billion deal. Why are we deceiving ourselves?
Okay, so Martin, Martina, you want to chip in there because we have to take calls. A lot of people want to be up.
Two things. So I just want to say the comrade leader, right? If Jawia is in debt for financing terrorism in the war, I will believe it. Because Jawia trip to Dubai is often and we benefits nothing from the Jawia trips. So what Jawia can really go do in Dubai? What you can really go do there? And I want to say thank you for the great job you are doing. You know that day when you flagged this country out of fear, we all were angry. We said a lot of things to the government, but it was good. Because, comrade leader, let me say this. If you are going to be in Liberia, the job you are doing today, you are never going to do it. Let me be honest with you. God do everything for a very good reason. If you are going to be in Liberia by now, you are going to limit some of the things that you are doing because they are going to come after you. I just want to say thanks to you for you to continue your great job. Even people that are supporting you today, when their government come to power, they go against you. Continue your great job. Not everybody that will tell you to do what you are doing today. I really appreciate you. If no Liberians appreciate you, know that Martina Konate, I appreciate you.
Thank you, Martina. And what people need to understand, Martina, we have been on this journey for a while. Under the presidency of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, we stood up for 12 years. I was beaten in Sino County jail. I led a series of protests under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf with the hope that Mr. Weah, who have ushered a new dynamics in terms of governance and leadership. Unfortunately, those who claimed yesterday to have been oppressed have become our oppressors. And this is why we are challenging them. I am not challenging President Weah because I hate him. I want to clarify that on this platform today. I am not challenging his government because I hate his government, but I hate what they are doing to our country and our people. Look at what he's doing. Building private mansions everywhere when our people do not even have food to eat. Most of our people have lost their jobs. Concession companies are shutting down. NGOs have left. The private sector is weak. They have got no vision, no strategy to create job opportunities and create wealth. Unfortunately, all they care about to mismanage public resources, abuse power, kill our people, and there's no justice. Impunity is on the rise. Some of us will not allow this. Mr. Weah knew after my graduation, I would have vehemently opposed his regime. In fact, before my graduation, I was already moving from Hatay Center to Hatay Center across the country, promoting political consciousness. They saw that as a threat. They said, if we allow this man to stay, after leading the 16 billion protests, after leading the Independence Day protests, where we demanded him and his officials to declare their assets in line with Section 10.1 of the Code of Conduct Law, they saw that after we led the protests, I led 3 different protests before I fled the country. They saw that as a possible justification why they should chase me out. Even while I'm here, they are still pursuing me. So, but basically, we don't care about that. Some of us will come back to the country very soon. That's what I was telling somebody yesterday. if Mr. Weah undermines the integrity of this election, right, there will be force greater than his force that will demand accountability. And we will come back to the country. We will come back to the country because another 6 years under Mr. Weah is no different from our country being en route to what I describe as dystopia.
Okay, so Martin, I'll ask 2 questions, then we go to the phone line. So, folks, you can now start placing your phone call. Martin can take a minute to answer each of the questions because we have to take few calls as we wrap it up on today's edition. We'll be inviting Martin here as we move on the show. We'll be inviting a lot of guests on the show this time around. So, Martin, the issue about, because people want to know this. People know your stand, but they want to hear it from yourself. In the meantime, can you tell us the issue about the VP pick for Vice President Joseph Boakai? What's your stand on that? What's your position? And secondly, the president's latest visit to the United States of America have raised a lot of eyebrows. And people are talking about him going to the CIA, blah, blah, blah. And now they are saying that CIA, well, I saw a story again this morning saying that CIA want to construct their command center here in Liberia. Liberia is being shortlisted for a country that will host their command center. And give us a little bit understanding about the Russian deal and Kukoya involvement in the 2020. That's the 2017 elections.
So let me begin with the vice presidential pick, because we got pressed against time, and again on this platform, I would like to encourage opposition political leaders to unite, because unity is the basis for progress. So if anyone thinks he or she can win this upcoming election alone, that is a form of wishful thinking. I did propose a number of possible tickets the other day. I don't know whether you read my analysis.
I read it.
Whether Martina read it. You know, I was pushing 4 different tickets, possible tickets that could deliver a win. And I said Boaka Gonglo ticket could deliver a win if we put our house in order and if we unite under an umbrella, probably a grand coalition. I also gave you why it could deliver a win, the upside of Gonglo and his downside. We don't have time for me to explain all of those. I encourage those who are listening to go on my Facebook page and read for themselves. I also proposed Boaka Komi's ticket could deliver a win. I gave the upside and the downside. I also proposed Boaka Yombli ticket could deliver a win. I also told you what the upside and the downside were. And the last ticket I proposed, Boaka Kon ticket, could deliver a win. You know, so there are a number of things, there are a number of advantages and disadvantages that are proposed. So again, it is up to Boaka. In that analysis, I titled the analysis, Delay is Expensive. Boaka has to be decisive. And I want to say this on the show again. I love Mr. Boaka a lot. He is a father figure and a statesman. I respect him a lot. But he needs to demonstrate decisiveness at this time, because a lot of Liberians are looking up to him. A lot, currently in Liberia, truth be told, Boaka is the most popular politician. Nobody can change that. That's the fact. Across the country, Boaka is the most popular politician. Nobody can change that. Nobody can change that, Boaka. Let me say Boaka Kamara, since I'm talking about another Boaka. To demonstrate distinction. Yeah. So Boaka Kamara, nobody can change that. The former VP is the most popular. I've conducted a number of surveys. I'm not going to release those results. I've conducted surveys. International groups have been in that country covertly conducting surveys. Bwaka is the most preferred across the various counties. All he needs to do is to decide who becomes his VP. No matter who he decides on, there will be some qualms. Regardless of the qualms, we can still settle those qualms. But if you wait, like for example, he waited until July 2017 before he could pick Nukwe from Agibi. It was late. When people had issues about the ticket, he could not quell or quash those issues in time because it was already late. July, August, September, 3 months to election. You are picking a running mate, it's late. People who have issues will obviously leave. But if you choose a running mate this time, even if people have issues, we can still reconcile those issues. That's why I'm encouraging the vice president to be decisive.
Sure.
You want to be Mr. Vice President, it is your right to do so. It is your right to do so. So those were the 4 tickets, I proposed. I stated my reasons based on evidence and facts, and I encourage everyone to go and read those evidence or pieces of evidence. We don't have the time for me to go through everything one by one. Or if you want me to go through everything one by one, I can. But you said 1 minute, so
yeah. Let's just the issue about the president visit to the United States. You can wrap up on that, and there's the issue also the Russian getting involved into our elections in 2017.
Yeah, sure. Come again?
The issue about Kokoya in 2017 and the Russians. You have a little information on that you want to share with us?
Certainly, and quite frankly, let me inform the Liberian people again. I did a 5-page analysis of how the 2017 elections were stolen. And probably I need to republish the analysis. In that analysis, right, the central database of the National Election Commission was compromised. And look, that's part 1, right? A lot of people have reached out to me asking me to publish part 2. But it is somehow risky, and I stated the risk factors to those people. I'm not going to call who reached out to me because of the purpose of confidentiality, but a lot of people, big people if you like, they say, why can't you publish part 2? We need additional facts. Yes, I can publish part 2, but I have already stated the risk factors, right? Kokoya was compromised. The other guy called Sayo. It was Sayo at that time who was the head of the IT department. He compromised the central database. George Weah did not win any 14 county. And if my security is guaranteed, Bwaka, I want to say here on your show, if the ECOWAS, the African Union, the American embassy can guarantee my security, I can come to Liberia right now, buy my own ticket, and I will provide hard evidence. I have emails.
I trust you.
I have receipts. I have bank accounts. I did publish 2 bank account numbers in part 1. Go and read part 1. Part 1 is on the internet. How did I get all those bank account numbers? Monies were transferred by the Russians. 3 representatives from the Russians flew to Liberia. They had another NEC office around 5th Street. There where they compromised the central database of the National Elections Commission. Let the ECOWAS guarantee my security. Let me fly to Liberia and provide hard evidence. Guarantee my security. I'm not asking the ECOWAS to buy me a ticket. For the sake of my country, I can buy my own ticket. Just guarantee my security. Let me come to Liberia and prove how the election was stolen.
Marty, how can we stop this from occurring again? How can we? Because we are just a few months away to a very major elections in our country, and they're getting involved again with our elections. We get back to the same 6 years that we have gone down the road. So how can we stop this from happening or this from occurring again in our country?
So, it is important again for the opposition to unite. I like the fact that Vice President Joseph Boakai coordinated 6 opposition political parties to disqualify the latest results or latest census results. And that's the kind of unity I'm talking about. Currently in the room, Boakai, the VP is the oldest, the most experienced, and the most mature. He needs to reach out, even to people he has disagreed with. Because he's the biggest in the room. He's the biggest in the room. And everyone too needs to swallow his or her ego. Where we have research about Liberia, this man wants to rig the election. And I'm making this revelation public. The rigging of this process is already in motion. I told the opposition, even before this voter registration exercises could begin, let us assign monitors, observers at the various voter registration centers, VRCs, because fraud doesn't take place on the day of the election. The rigging of the election is not instantaneous. It is gradual. Because of this graduality, we too have to follow up on every activity along the way. This commission, Honor Madam Deviator, is already compromised. I can say this for a fact.
Sure.
If this commission is compromised, we have to be on the alert. Henceforth, I would like to suggest a number of possibilities to the opposition, especially VP Joseph Boakai. Number one, VP Joseph Boakai needs to strategize on how he can recruit some real professional IT personnel. He needs IT personnel to continuously check these data that NEG will be releasing from the VRCs up to the day of the election. He needs a strong legal team. I'm looking at the battle ahead. For me, I like to predict because I know what is coming. Mr. Weah is a black fascist. For black fascists to leave power, you must be strategic in handling them. So we need a legal team. I'm not just saying any kind of legal team, a crack legal team. Right, because where we are going, if we are not cautious, if we are not careful, this man will rig the process. The opposition needs to demand that the international community, including the NDR, ARED, USAID, AFES, all these organizations play a middleman role in the upcoming process. They too should have access to the central database and not the NEC alone. That NEC with Sire, his name is Sire, S-A-Y-O-R, cannot be trusted. That NEC with Sire is now a commissioner. He was the head of the IT department under the administration of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf when the 2017 elections were rigged. He is the principal brainchild behind the rigging of the process. While they were operating at the NEC's official office, they also had an office 5th Street along with the Russians, undermining the integrity of the votes. Let the ECOWAS guarantee my security. I will come and provide evidence that the 2017 elections were rigged. Mr. Weah did not win 14 counties as claimed. He did not. He did not win 14 counties. And I will provide proof. I will not just be talking, I'll put me in the court. I won't take oath because I will provide proof that the elections were rigged in 2017 with the help of the Russians. And I'm going to publish part 2 very soon. But like I said, there are a number of reasons why I can't release the other information. I'm willing to release them, but there are downsides to releasing them. The risk factors must also be considered because, again, if I'm not safe, right, I cannot release those information because they are very, very sensitive and classified.
Okay. Thank you so much, Martin. We take 5 calls on 0770 102 102 0886 010383 0555 102 102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888 624171. You can see the number on the screen there. We have Martin calling here with us. Let's take our first call of 5 calls. Good morning. Good morning.
Good afternoon, Boakai.
Yeah, good afternoon. Your name is Johnny us from.
Let me say good afternoon to Martina and good afternoon to the comrade leader, Martin K. and colleagues. My name is Aloysius P. Flomo Jr. and I came this afternoon from the Goshen community in Lower Magidi County. He said it right. He spoke excellently, and this is one reason why we as young and emerging Liberian will always follow him both on the kind of a platform when it comes to the document he keep providing when it comes to the emancipation of our country and us and for us as our people. But quickly, I want to speak to admit the CDC-led government of President Weah hasn't been able to implement those payloads that brought them to election in 2017. That is, they have failed this particular country massively when it comes to those things that they push. And the only way we can be safe as a country, like he's saying, we need a united force from the opposition community. And this is why, like he said, the likes of Ambassador Boakai, the likes of Cummings, and the rest of those guys to see reason in coming together with a strong team so that this particular regime cannot be able to get to get an opportunity.
Thank you so much. Let's take somebody from the WhatsApp number. Good morning.
Thank you, Boakai. This is Pastor Charles Aku. Martin, thank you so much for your good work and hard work for the country. Yeah, my point here, straight to the point. You said something that really touched me, and I want for all Liberians to listen to it and make a serious appeal to Joseph Boakai. My late grandma told me something way back, and that left my life. You see, the orders is always the dump site. The orders is always the dump site. Put all the debt. You know, the dump site will drop everything there. Whether we accept it or not, we have to take it. So those who do not even agree with him, the Liberian people want him. So he needs to stand up and call all those against him, those in his favor, to deliver Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor. Let's take somebody from this line. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Your name is joining us from?
Okay, my name is Master Boy Hamadu. I'm calling from the state of Pennsylvania. Good morning, Martin Cody.
Hey, good morning, my own father. How are you?
Okay, yeah, Martin. Thanks for the deliberation, but I have something to say because of so many topics, you couldn't able to elaborate on a visit, the speculation concerning the president's visit to the United States. But my main concern here is no proof, no evidence that you're talking about for the 2017 election. I know ECOWAS may be somehow in support of this government. I don't know whether it would make sense that if you can share that information with the United States Embassy in Liberia, if that would be better, then at least they have no evidence on their file to be able to look at it and make sure that everything that you said about the 2017 elections are all true.
Okay.
So be my suggestion.
Thank you so much. Now take another person on this line. Good morning. Good morning. Thomas Cry.
Yeah, good morning, Boakai. I want to say thanks to Martin Holly Institute and for all your elaborations this morning. But Martin, I wanted to ask you a question there. You had a there was a post on Facebook the other time explaining giving out the possible vice presidential candidate. But then recently, Mr. Henry Costa was mentioned being one of those, but you never elaborated on his name. Is it something that he wasn't qualified for, or you don't think he's fit for that position now?
Okay.
Can you please elaborate on that?
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Martin.
sure.
I hope you're drawing down the questions. Let's take somebody from yeah. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name, where you calling from?
This is Abu A. Kamara, and I call from the Solution. First thing I want to say thank to Martin and Collie for his elaboration this morning, and thank to all of you in studio. My question here is to Martin and Collie. Why Costa, who is the most trending person now in terms of running mate of JNB, name was not mentioned in your listing? Please answer that question for me.
Okay, thank you so much. We take two more calls. This person, then we'll take the last one. Good morning.
Morning, and this is Nepa Bryant. I'm calling from Minnesota. I just want to say thanks to Mr. Colley, Martin Colley, this morning for those revelations, and want to assure him that we are supporting him and we welcome all of the work that he's doing for Mama Liberia. God will bless him. Thank you so much, and continue to work because we are in prayers for you. Thank you. Bye.
All right, thank you. We take our the calls are so many. Let's take this person. Good morning.
A lot of our people want to participate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, brother.
Good
Getting
morning.
me?
Yeah. Your name, where joining us from?
Yeah. My name is Manufacturer. I'm calling from Maryland. My question goes to Martin, right? I think to be corrected, really, I don't know. But since I've been hearing about voter registration, most especially when it comes to biometrics, I've not heard about online registration. But in Liberia, it surprises me that people doing online registration and going to fill in the ID card. For me, I think that's why one of the children will always start, because if previous power is possible, people can do as many online registration and keep those voter cards and make use of it. So I don't know if there's online registration always time in any other country that you can know of. You can educate me that I scared to be correct. I don't know, but I've not heard about it yet. When it comes to biometrics.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. For the sake of the audience, we just add two more, then we wrap it up. We need to go. Good morning.
Good morning, Broker.
Yeah, welcome.
Let me say good morning to the federal leader, Martin K. and Colley. My name is Joe Kamo. I join you this afternoon from around the Rubberfield Highway. Common leader, let me appreciate you for highlighting some of the hard facts, and more especially emanating from the angle of the educational sector in our country, trading through the political landscape of our country. Common leader, one thing we suspect in our country here, the country and the people that believe that they cannot subscribe to people who believe in fighting and standing for the masses, and they will always criticize. I think we need to see how best to carry on awareness for our people, so we be able to sensitize some of the things we say. So, common leader, let me just say this for the record: the issue about the opposition unity. Some of us, we are very clear. We are calling on Mr. Yue, we are calling on Mr. Kunis, or Madam Yombi Kanga Lawrence, Ambassador Joseph Human Burger, to see how best to go and start our grievances and settle, to see how best that we can keep the football president. So we are just imagining that today the man is coming in control because the national thing is.
Thank you.
So the kind of a president will have a president. I think it is about time that the opposition unite to resist the name who call me. So we are. Thank you for having me this.
Thank you so much. Our last caller, Ali. Good morning. You are our last caller. Welcome.
Okay. Good morning, Bwaka Kamara. Good morning to all of you on the show there. Thank you very much for this. My question goes directly to Martin Colley. He talked about opposition unity, which of course I support very well, and we all pray in God for it, because that's the only way forward. But I would like to ask him, to his own view, frankly speaking, which team he would see to be the straightforward team as in the opposition, like which ticket he would see, like president to vice president, that will really quickly just remove George Weah at once. Which one he support?
Okay, thank you so much. Folks even asking me, Bwaka, where are you rushing to go? We told our guest that we were having him for 1 hour, so I don't know.
Yeah, I have some work to do actually.
Yeah,
Bwaka.
they have some job to do. So we have gone above the main time. We have gone 17 minutes above. So we hope to have him back probably anytime this week or next week. All depends on his time. We'll allot him if we have the time, from the beginning of the show up until the end, because he have a lot of things to talk about, and this person really need to talk to us. They been okay. We take this one as our last caller, then we wrap it up on the show this afternoon. Yep, we still trying to get this person. Let's see if we can connect them now. Then we make it as our last caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bwaka. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Martina, and good morning, Comrade Mountain Collie. This is Sex calling from the United States. I want to say thank you very much, Comrade Collie, you and your team, for the persuasion against academic fraud in Liberia. You guys are actually doing a great job. And, we hope and pray that God continue to give you the strength and the knowledge to achieve it. Just to conclude, I think the president's visit, or the result of the president's visit to Langley, I mean, it's like a teenager trying to conceive a pregnancy in high school from her parents, and of a 6-month pregnancy, and then trying to probably abort it, which is very dangerous. But at the end of the day, that pregnancy will have to be kept, and the perforation of the stomach will serve as a clear evidence that they are pregnant. And I think Mr. Weir's responsibility when he returns to Liberia will be clear, and it will serve as evidence of his visit. I think as a president, he has a greater responsibility to make sure that there's free and fair elections, and actions to be taken against sanctions officials, and to maintain law and order in the country, and make sure that we have a peaceful and a free and fair election. So I want to say thank you again, the Ramadan Kareem, to my Muslim brother out there.
All right, thank you so much. So Martin, I know you have all of the questions that people ask. I want you to run through them, and we will reach out to. Okay, you can just run through them, Martin.
So let me begin with this visit to Langley. Quite frankly, again, it is deceptive for anyone to tie the summon, I wouldn't even say invitation, when the CIA calls you. They are not calling you to have lunch or breakfast. Probably people need to read the act that created the CIA, its mandate. Why was it established? The establishment of the CIA basically focuses on transnational crimes. Transnational crimes. Crimes across borders, in other words. Let me simplify it that way. So they are concerned about these crimes. Since 1847, no Liberian president has been summoned by the CIA. I challenge anybody to say which one of the Liberian presidents has been summoned by the CIA. No Liberian president except Mr. George Manuel Weah. Does the USA have any strategic interest in Liberia under a Weah presidency? The answer is no. No strategic interest. If that was the case, Mr. Weah by now would have been invited at the Oval Office. But under the administration of President Trump, he was never invited. Mr. Weah took office when Trump was in power. He was never invited at the Oval Office. Under the administration of Mr. Joe Biden, Washington has turned its back on Mr. Weah even more. Look at the history. Tolbert was invited by the American president at the Oval Office. Todman was invited. Doe was invited. Charles Taylor was never invited. Like we are. Julie Bryan, the chairperson of an interim arrangement, was invited at the Oval Office to sit with George Bush. I have published all these facts. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was invited 7 times. Since President Weah took office, Washington has never officially invited him. Official invites and invitees can meet the president at his Oval Office, not out of Washington or on the suburb of Washington. No, Weah has never. Says Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, in 3 months, she was invited to sit with President Barack Obama. Not even Barack Obama, but George Bush at the Oval Office. In 3 months, she was invited at the Oval Office. State invitation. Weah has never had one. So to say that the U.S. wants to use Liberia as an African base, it is brainless, it's senseless. The United States has bases in Africa. Like one is in Senegal. Senegal is already in West Africa. Why do they need a base in Liberia again? Does that make sense to you? It doesn't make sense. So they invited him, and let me say this, Black Eye. Probably this weekend I'm going to upload some videos. Right? You will see a clear demonstration of money laundering. I just got some videos of the activities they are involved with. Money laundering. I'll upload 2 videos you'll see for yourself. Then you'll know why Langley invited him. Whether that to establish U.S. command base in Liberia or not. People should start distorting the truth. What does Liberia have to establish a base? You don't even have an airport. A functional airport you don't have. A functional airport you don't have. You're talking about base? Y'all better be serious. Y'all better be serious in our government with your base. Functional airport. You don't even have an airport. Your airport is degraded at the lowest. Then you're talking about U.S. base, U.S. command. What do you call U.S. command? The CIA invited him for investigation. I don't want to even say invite. They summoned him. He was summoned. And you'll get to know the truth very soon. You'll get to know the truth very soon. The next thing I want to address, 3 callers talk about why I didn't suggest Brother Costa, right? Now, let me say this. Where we have reached, this is a very critical period. Do I love Brother Costa? Yes, I do. Is he my friend? Yes, he is. He's all of us friend. We have crossed paths in many processes and struggles before. But I'm a realist, right? I do not support the vice presidential ambition of Brother Costa. And I have made my reasons very clear. I have made my reasons very clear, crystal clear. I am a crusader of generational change. But generational change does not come through generational unpreparedness and over-ambition. I want you to put those 2 in quote. Brother Costa is qualified, very brilliant, with a lot of energy. He has a history of sacrifice and struggle, and I commend him for that. But I believe it is not the right time for him as a person to express such ambition. Whether it is people who are petitioning him or preferring him to go with the vice president as a running mate, it is their right. It is Brother Costa's right to expire for that post. I have no problem with that. It is Vice President Joseph Boaka's right as well to pick him. But I do not support him for the following reasons. Number 1, Boaka and Martina. I want you to look across the sub-region, right? Let's go to Sierra Leone. Let's go to Ivory Coast. Let's go to Guinea, Nigeria, Ghana, even the great United States of America. Before the vice presidents in these countries could be preferred as quote-unquote running mates, who were they? what were their histories or their records in terms of public service. The first thing is, I have said to Brother Costa bluntly, he does not have the public service record. Nobody should deceive you. Nobody should deceive you that the vice presidency is ceremonious. The vice presidency comes with complex and opulent tax. You need someone who is experienced. You need someone who has been in public service. Let's look at Vice President Joseph Boakai, in fact, before Madam Sirleaf even preferred him as her running mate. Look at his history. Look at the U.S. Vice President's history. Kamala Harris, where did she come from? Look at the Vice President of Ghana. Look at his history. Where did he come from? The Vice President of Sierra Leone, look at his history. So nobody should deceive you that it is a ceremonious post. Anybody can just occupy it. The Vice President, according to our Constitution, is the next in line to the presidency. Brother Costa is qualified, but he's inexperienced, and he does not have the competencies required to occupy that post. That's number one. Number two, politics is science. Politics is science and not guesswork. So let's look at the data, for example. I followed Brother Costa in district number 5 when he ran against the pastor. I've just forgotten his name. District number 6. The pastor is Reverend Endos or something like Endos. Right.
Yeah.
Samuel Endos or something like that. So here's the data, Boakai. We can't deceive ourselves about this process. We have to be honest and real to ourselves. Let's be truthful, right? So if we want to be scientific, our point of reference to justify Costa's political strength is the 2017 data. In that process, he was tested scientifically. So what did Brother Costa get? Now, I just want to reference the data, right? I know a lot of people are listening. They want for Costa to be the running mate to JMB, but I too have a different and clear position about why I do not prefer a brother of mine at this time. I'm not saying he's not qualified, but here is his number. For example, Endos got 18,489 votes, 45.2%, while Brother Costa got like 3,287, which is 8%. So statistically, his political strength is 0.08. The next point I want to make, Boakai, is whether he becomes Boakai's peak or not, but Boakai himself does not need Costa to win Maserado. Generally or relatively, Costa's base is Maserado. He's very popular in Maserado, but not popular than the main candidate Boakai. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Boakai and Costa in Maserado, Boakai is popular than Costa. As per the data, Boakai got over 155,000 votes in the very same Maserado where Costa got less than 4,000. So does Boakai really need Costa to win Maserado? No, he does not. What does he need? He needs a county that he didn't perform in. Say, for example, Nimba. He underperformed in Nimba. Nimba is a vote-rich county as well. He needs Bassa. He underperformed in Bassa. So he needs somebody from either of these bases. Block politics must not be overlooked in this process. Block politics must not be overlooked in this process. So if Boakai contested 2017, he didn't win Bassa or he didn't win Nimba, right? But he won Maserado. He got far more votes in Maserado. And he wants to prefer someone who he got far more votes in Maserado then why he can prefer someone from Nimba or Bassa? Does that make sense to you and Martina Boakai? I don't know what I'm making sense, but I'm telling you that Boakai, as a political leader of a party and a presidential candidate, does not necessarily need, I'm not saying he does not need Costa's support. That's not what I'm saying. He needs everybody's support. In fact, Costa's support is very useful to his presidential ambition. But to get votes in, Boakai is the most popular politician, I just told you. He's by far popular than anybody in Maserado County. For Mr. Weah to have won the election, he had to win 2 elections. Now we are not following the trend, Boakai. Let me tell you, Liberian people, the trend today since 2005. If you look at the statistics, I have been analyzing the statistics, right? If you look at the statistics, nobody has won election in our country since 2005 without winning both Maserado and Nimba. Nobody. You must win Nimba and Maserado together to win election in Liberia. Look at the trend, 25, 2011, 2017, coming up to now. You must win these 2 counties. For President Weah, for example, to have won the election, 62% of his total votes came from Maserado alone. So if this Boakai is already popular in Maserado, and he even pulled more votes than all other candidates that came below him because he took second, right? So then what is the essence of preferring another person in the same area that you are popular than them in? The third point I want to make, right, is that look across the opposition in fact. There are a number of people, even in the opposition, they have some personal issues with Brother Costa. I give you an example. Say the ANC bloc, right? There will be opposition. Even if we decide, say, okay, let everyone come on board, let's reconcile, there will still be opposition because they perceive Costa's politics against them as biased, impartial. You know, even some members of the intelligentsia class, I have personally spoken to a few of them, right? They do not really hate Brother Costa, but they have the same opinion that I have. So I could provide a lot of reasons why a Boakai Costa ticket will make really no difference, in my opinion. It will be a Maserado-based ticket. And we need a ticket beyond Maserado to pull the trigger against Weah.
Okay, we needed to ask, people ask this question, and before Martin could have answered the question, of even people could ask the question, a lot of people commented, oh, Costa. And we gave him the opportunity to give his analysis on the trending issue, and Martin has clearly stated that he had given his analysis on why this person is preferable and why the person isn't preferable. And we welcome. Remember, everybody have their view. It's their right to support anybody they wish to support. So Mountain have his view, and he have expressed that, and he have people in mind that he think that are right for the position, and others also have Mele Costa in mind that think that Costa is the right person to support. So Mountain, we want to say thank you for
hey, let me just be on this
on the platform.
Just 1 minute. Yeah, so another reason is the fact that just a few weeks ago, Brother Costa was promoting Boakai Yure and Boakai Yombli. All of a sudden, the question is, what has changed? So, a lot of people who see this as inconsistency, including myself. Right. So you can be supporting a ticket all these months, Boakai Yure, less than 2-3 months or 4 or 5 months to election, then you want to be this person that you were already supporting. I will support Brother Costa for the legislature. Yeah. But at this time, I'm not saying he's not qualified to contest as vice president, but there are a number of factors that I have considered in terms of saying I do not support him. And these are just a few of them. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Martina. You are muted, Martina. You have to
Okay,
unmute yourself.
I think this topic concerning the vice president position, I don't think was to discuss it today because we don't have much time. I think a lot of issues are needed to be discussed. So I don't know whether the current leader will be waiting to come on next time so we can better discuss this. Because a lot of things have been left out. I think some of us we needed to bring this to the table too so the public can hear it. But now because of time, we've gone 12:37. We've gone 37 minutes extra time out of the show. So I think we need to find a very suitable time. Welcome leader Monty K and Collie will come on the show. I think the discussion that day will be about the vice president position. Like he gave reason, some of us got reason to place on the table, then we can better discuss. But like this, we don't have time now. He's a very busy person. He got a lot of things to do. He was to be on the show for just 1 hour. When you go 1 hour, 38 minutes. So you see, I think this discussion we can pause it for now. And we can schedule another time that the combat leader will come also. We can better discuss it. It's important. At least people need to know something that they don't know. And people need to understand.
And quite frankly, I have to find time because really at the moment I'm far away from home. I'm not at home right now. I'm way in West Australia. Yeah, I'm on a mission and I'll be ending that mission next month. In Austria and Switzerland. Then I'll go home. When I go home, we can find time. We can find time to really talk about this. But I have already written what are some of my reasons. So maybe you can just provide a counter to what I have written. Of course, it's a healthy process. It's a healthy discourse. But in this process, objectivity and patriotism matter. And that's what I'm demonstrating. I know you wouldn't say why Costa should not be vice president. It is your right also to not say it. But I also have the right, because a lot of people look up to all of us to be bold, frank, and honest about the national discourse. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So yeah, it's an opportunity to be here to talk about it. I can come back to talk about it and provide even more reasons why, based on scientific reasoning and evidence.
Okay, Martin, thank you so much for coming on with us this morning. We really do appreciate the time that you have spent. And we hope to invite you very soon again when you, like you said, when you get home. But today, a bit of fascinating discussion. We really want to appreciate you for being here with us, Martin. Thank you so much.
All right, brother. Thank you. All the best. And thank you for the great work. Have a wonderful day and God bless Liberia.
Okay, Martina, you have to unmute yourself so we can wrap it up.
I want to say thanks to Martin K and Collie, the comrade leader, that been providing a lot of knowledge for we the young people in this country. He did extremely well. Now, a lot of things that people was not in the know, and today he provided information and clarity to that. I want to say thank you, and I hope to see him back on the platform again so we can discuss a lot of trending issues that are affecting our society and our people. And Bwaka, I want to say thanks to you too. You did extremely well this morning. And thanks to our listeners. And thanks to the people who placed in their calls. And thanks to everybody who shared our life and make a very brilliant contribution this morning. So, Bwaka,
we hope to have Councillor Tiawon Gongolo on tomorrow. We are trying to reach out to him. We'll make the necessary course on today and hope that he can be with us on the show on tomorrow. So a bit of fascinating discussion here, guys. We want to appreciate you for being there with us. Martina Konate, Bwaka Kamara. Tomorrow, Collins Darlington will join us in the process. And I think Martina will not be here tomorrow. So Darlington Collins and I will be here on the show on tomorrow. So up until then, thanks to everybody that follow us. We wish you guys a successful day. And let's pray that our loving national team, the Lone Star, win on today. Up until then, Bwaka Kamara is my name. Is bye-bye from our end.